mean for the virtual now, let me remind you that this is the structure that I've been talking about. If you look at the layout of the ADR, is as follows. Annex A, it talks about part 1, general provisions, part 2, dangerous goods classification, part 3, dangerous goods list, part 4, use of packaging, IBC, that's the intermediate bulk containers and tanks, then consignments, procedures, that is about marking, labeling, and part 6, requirements for construction and testing of packaging, intermediate bulk containers and tanks. 7, conditions of carriage, loading, unloading, and handling. Then Annex B talks about provisions concerning transport, equipment, and transport operations. Part 8, vehicle, crew, equipment, and operations of vehicles, construction and approval of vehicles. That is part 9. So you need to be very conversant with that. The structure of ADR is consistent with the UN model. As I told you, everything is structured along the lines of the UN. We also have the dangerous goods list, which also, like the UN model regulation, the dangerous goods list is considered as the entry to the Accord Dangerous Routiers regulations. So the dangerous goods list of the ADR is divided into 20 columns. In the official ADR publication, the columns 1 to 11 have been printed on the left. All these are structural issues, and you only need to read through and then get acclimatized with it for the purposes of records. Now, when you come to the rail also has its regulations related to the international railway transport in dangerous goods cargo, and its regulation concerning the international carriage of dangerous goods by rail, called the RID. The RID applies to the international carriage of dangerous goods by rail on the territory of all member states of the COTIF. The Convention concerning international carriage by rail, dated May 9, 1980, was modified by the Vilnius Protocol of June 3, 1999. Also, as a consequence of the COTIF, the Intergovernmental Organization for the International Carriage of Dangerous Goods by Rail was set up on May 1, 1985. One of the activities of COTIF is the ongoing updating of RID. Now, just as you saw in the other regulations, you can see the layout again. It talks about the structure, what is in there, just as I listed for the other one, general provisions, classification, etc., etc. Please take your time and go over it, and then look at how it works. Now, we now going to look at what pertains in the European standards. We have what we call the EN 12798, which is a supplement to the ISO 9000 series and national legislations. This is the European standard, which specifies quality management system requirements, supplementary to those of the EN ISO 9001 and 2000 for the management of safety in the field of the transport of dangerous goods by road, rail, and inland navigation. I remember giving you some assignment on ISO 9000 on the transport of dangerous goods by road, and then ask you to relate it as such, in which majority of you fumbled with scratches all over your body, but finally you were able to scale through. Here, the Europeans' application of the EN 12798 covers and is limited by the range of transport-related services that the company claims to provide in compliance with the European standard. The key components of the EN 12798 includes explosion and the safety precautions, transportation, safety of hazardous substances, and training of employees. So they trying just to show you that even in the European environment, they also deal with these issues and ensure that the rules and regulations are structured along the lines of the UN, and depending on the specific circumstances in that country concerned, whatever the national legislation is about, they will always try to elaborate and make sure that the principles are followed.